The topic that I'm tasked to moderate is opportunities, challenges, and issues. I have touched a little bit in my keynote speech. So I will start with challenges first. Allow me to start with JGMA. What challenges will you prioritize from JGMA?
The government like the electricity to our home. We are using the generator every day. Sometimes buying the for the generator. And we like to know the government will supply the our electricity in the for the government industry for the future.
It's a real challenge, okay? It's a real challenge that the electricity problem. And it is not only the government sector I can see. Okay? It's the whole country. What kind of hope we can get?
As for the factory is ground and current experience, electricity outages is one of the big challenges. Demand and supplies are not that sufficient due to several factors. On the other hand, we are lucky to have other options of diesel in replace of our supply through UFSCCI and MGMA in cooperation of the industry as well. Even this could have been a solution, but it is resolved for survive the factories for their operation.
Electricity shortage is a big problem, but this is not life-threatening. That is what the thing said, right? That's true. And yes, the diesel, if I had to fill in a little, we had experienced before, like 24 hours in years, no electricity, right? But now, 2 hours. But in June, because of the rain, and the chamber president also said, right? You don't have to wait to get 4 hours. But to get like 24 hours, we have to wait. It's a country's problem. No, we have to wait. That's a reality. Instead of not getting electricity and only 2 hours, 4 is better. And one thing is like the announcement made by the YNC, they let us know that how to manage. Because they let us know when they will get, when they will not get. Like they will reduce to 2 hours, they will give up 4 hours, so we can prepare at least better than before. And the diesel also, yes, that's true, we have to spend a lot more on the diesel. That's why many goes to the solar and all these things, right? Renewable one. But then, previous like years back, decades back, even getting the diesel is not easy. But now, in the industrial zones, like it's managed by MGMA and GMCCI because, that's what I said. If you have any problem, communicate with the association. If we know we can do something to communicate to the right channel, and then at least some results will come up. Maybe not to our satisfaction, but it is moving forward. So like the diesel also we are getting, but we are paying more than the electricity. So yes, I like it, no? I'm still young. Okay.
Yeah, so actually he already mentioned about in general the labor shortage issue, but I recently China established a special economic zone in Winam area, which is located next to the border area. So they need a lot of migrant workers. But also, as far as I know, Myanmar government workers prefer to work in China because of the better salary, and also they are migrating there now. So, and we're losing the skilled laborers now. So I think that government sector was stable enough before, but now we are worried about the labor issue. So I would like to ask how to deal these kind of exports.
Recently, in the garment sectors, most of the factories are facing returnable gas migrants to logistics, including the women workers. This is also one of the big challenges, not only in the garment sector, but also in other sectors as well. For MGMA, our association is to think about how vocational training center, MGMA to promote skilled workers to train in this vocational training center. And how garment factories to job connecting to GDRC and supporting. Then for our employer to treat more to existing workers and care for their remuneration, thinking the best way to support them and appreciate them.
MGMA's remedy is the training center that we have it. But I have to say that the training center we have very limited capacity. Okay, the workers that we are losing is huge. But then, thank you, Kudain, you mentioned that one, right? I think we have many factory owners here. Okay, it's from MGMA. It's a request from MGMA to all the members here. We have a training center that we are training the workers, those who do not know anything about sewing, we start the startups. And then to production management, we upgrade the level and we are training the advanced level so that the workers can sew all the processes. And we have the production management supervisor level, and that we link with the National Skills Standard Authority. But every factory also, you have your own training center. I would like to encourage you to keep that training center in your factory. And I'm not saying all, but we've seen we are hearing from the ministries also, Ministry of Labor also. We are hearing that if I use some factories, I think more than some factories, okay, mostly the foreign investment factories, they are recruiting the workers not according to the law. That is, according to the law, you can be punished. Like you try to call, give some money and call them, and then recruited, posted your recruitment pages wherever you see in the industrial zones. The law doesn't allow you to do so. But because the enforcement in the country, I'm sorry to say that, we are not strong, okay? Please don't take advantage of that weak enforcement. This is the ethical thing, and whoever or who you know, please relay this kind of message there. Please train the workers yourself and use them. I will not suggest you to scout from other factories, other trained, skilled workers. That is not ethical. Okay? Because talking that, we've been facing a lot. We are discussing with Minister of Labor Ministry. He knows that. He is asking now the name of the factories. Which factory is doing? They come to the chamber a month ago. We had the employment seminar with the General Minister. We discussed that one, and they really need to know who. But for the time being, we did not say who, okay? Because we have our own principle, okay? But please train your workers yourself. Maybe they are the turnover, okay, they are doing that on and off. Inside Myanmar is acceptable, it's okay. But some will pay higher rate, and then they don't get that paid, so the workers are problem starting. Please don't do that also. Now, I'm not telling you that you do that. We've been hearing a lot, okay? And then some factories in Myanmar, they've been circulating the announcement papers to bring the workers to the SEZ that Justin was mentioning. That's why they raise this one. They are suffering. Because he raised this one, don't think that only his factory is suffering. All of our factories are suffering. So, if you really want the garment industry, like I said in my keynote speech, to thrive and to prosper, and the workers to work together with the skills and productivity, and we pay more and higher. That is what we want, right? I think that is what we want, and that's what you want also. That's why we are here working for the industry, right? Please keep that. Don't forget that, okay? We'll work together. We'll work together, train together, and more productivity, and we can pay more to our workers together. At the moment, we cannot do that. So we are moving to where they get higher. They are not wrong, okay? Let them, but then we just cannot sit back and let them go. No, we have to find ways how we can train, how we can earn more, how we can improve the productivity, get more orders, be compliant, so that people can get more orders. So let's work to that, okay? Sorry. I become emotional when I talk about that, okay? Sorry. I'm not telling that you are doing that, but in the industry it is happening, and you are losing workers not only from one factory to another country, just across the border. Our information, about 60,000-70,000 already there. They are recruiting another 150,000 or 200,000. Okay? Sorry. Okay. I'm not telling you, but it's happening, okay? It's in China. Okay? Thank you. So, to you, okay? Now, because you any challenges that you want to discuss?
Okay, my question is about import license. Just now, manufacturer already asked him, so I'd like to talk about it in another way. For all the foreign investment companies, we need to get the MIC certificate. Then we have to apply the import license. For the main productive raw materials such as fabric and accessory, it's easy to get the import license. But for the other equipment which is related to the production, such as sewing machine, generator, transformer, etc., it's really hard to get the import license. It takes 1 or 2 months, or sometimes more than half a year. It already affects many factories running. So that's my question.
The import license, I have already explained. For the CMP raw material import, we don't need to get approval. But with the MIC, if a company is within the tax exempted period, you still have to do it. If your tax exempted period is over, then they will move this to the MOC and you don't have to go again. But still, many people are confusing. So, please, I want to make sure, okay? If a factory is within the tax exempted period, yes, because you have the proposal that you made, right? In that proposal, you mentioned everything like what kind of a machine you import, right? So within that period, if you import the machines that is according to your proposal, there will be no problem. Okay, there will be no problem. If it deviates from what you have put up in your proposal, then it will take time for them to review again and check again. Okay? So make sure that within that tax exempted period, if you have to get approval from MIC, if you want to import machines or whatever, make sure that your imported items are in the proposal. Okay? That you need to make sure. But for the out of that tax exemption period, once you finish, all licenses have to go to MOC directly now. It started from December, okay? And then when you go to MOC, now we have agreed with FESC and MOC. The FESC chairman, he gave his word. So if a government, a CMP factory, wants to import machines or supporting whatever, you can apply to one-stop service, okay? They have the committee, okay? It's a long one, okay? To make trade faster and move a long one, okay? We call it OSS. And they will immediately report to the OSS chairman and they will accept it. So that's very easy now. So it has to go to MGMA and then they will come to UMCI and we work with OSS secretary and OSS chairman in Nigeria. So that's the way we are working. Even if CMP supported raw material, yesterday the factory came. It's not a CMP factory, but they want to import the raw material for the CMP factories when they produce something. Okay? I discussed with Ministry of Commerce, and then just before I come up, put up the application to them, but we have to put in the application like CMP supporting raw material import. Then that will be easy because at the moment CMP is a privileged industry. Please don't forget that. It's a privileged industry. So what is more important is we have to abide by the law, okay, within the frame, with the compliance that our buyers need it, the EBA they need it. We have to comply with all these, okay? Then I think we have no problem. So with your import license, if it is not within this one, maybe if whoever have the problem, like wait for half year or 1 month, communicate with the association. Okay? We can follow up for you. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. Any question? Any answer? Response? No? No. Then I'll go to another one. How much do we have? The time is already over. Oh. Okay. Do you want to talk more about the problem?
One more thing I'd like to discuss about the logistics. Myanmar is the neighbor country of China. 2 or 3 years ago, we can send the goods by land or by sea. It's very convenient. So it just takes 70 days from China to Yangon. And for the large amount of goods, it takes 20 to 25 days by sea. But now, land transportation almost stopped. So for the small amount of goods or urgent goods, we have sent by air. So definitely, it has increased our production cost. So that's my question about this.
That's the issue that I cannot solve. But then, what the association has done is there was a time during COVID, okay, the Chinese border closed, right? We discussed with MOC, we discussed with Customs Department, and then immediately we started the carbon flight, okay? Because they need to know from the private sector. And when now, after COVID these days, in the border, the Chinese border closed, right? Immediately we talk with MOC and they move to another gate. And when they move to another gate, it is not only MOC. The customs will have to go with them. So we have to, once it happens, we discuss with them, like commerce, customs, all come together and then they assign that person and start. And whatever you have to make the amendment on the import license, they make it quicker. Okay. Now the child order again. Okay. So with the child order now, we have the government has started the route like Renam, Kotang, Shanghai. Okay. So if you want to bring in the raw material from Thailand, if you bring from Renam to Kotang, touching Kotang, then that is a border trade. And you will get privilege like you're getting at the border trade. Okay? But if you want directly from Renam to Jungle, it will be the sea normal trade. Okay? So most of the persons, what they are doing now, Renam, Kotang, Jungle. If the vessel touch Kotang, that will be border trade. That's the way it is moving. And one thing, Kotang, the port is not well developed. So what the customs is doing is they travel to to where the vessel stops, because the vessel cannot park at the harbor, right? The customs move over there, do the checking, and let the cargo come to Yangon. So this is how they are trying to help. Okay? So if your case, and if you come with a concrete factory and things, then we can liaise with commerce and customs and see what we can do. If that is so, then it can help others also who have the same experience with you. Okay? That we can do. Okay?
Okay, so I would like to ask one more thing about the financial issue. So actually, we have a lot of problem for the exchange rate and also remittance problem. But recently, the FATF will have a regular meeting on 23rd June. So I heard that there will be high possibility to level up the blacklist rate for Myanmar. So which means international transaction will be serious. So I would like to ask about we from the private sector to take the role in easing this issue.
Thank you, Justin. I know very well what private sector needs to do. Okay. Justin worried about, is talking about the FADAC thing. Okay, MRCFT. In fact, 2-3 weeks ago, they had a meeting in Bali. Okay, and what I heard is like, this is not bad. Okay, this will not going to be worse. So if I have to explain, in 2020, FADAC set 15 action plan for Myanmar, 15. And, we have to, the government has to follow all these 15 facts. Now, in 2024, we have only 10 left. Okay? That means 5 action plans have been accepted and largely addressed and taken out from the 15. So in 4 years' time, already 5 finished. Okay? And now, in 3rd week of June, they will have another hearing in Singapore. Okay? And what we are hearing is like, we have at the moment, largely, out of the 10, the partial address is 7, and not address is 3 left. Because largely addressed one already passed and 10 left, right? Partially addressed is 7 and not addressed is 3. We are expecting, okay, because the result not come out yet. Maybe 3 to 4 will move up to largely addressed. Okay? If that is the case, there will be less action plans we have to take. But you ask a question like, what the private sector role, what we can do. Thank you very much. It is very important that, because it always comes with malpractice in the private sector, anti-corruption, market manipulation, and non-compliance. So, what the private sector can help is be compliant, and then try to avoid anti-corruption, not to get involved in the market manipulation, because when you're talking about this is just what I heard, no? The money transaction things, right? The money thing. This was addressed in FATF. So we need to behave ethically, especially, I cannot talk to all, but the government sector is very important because the GSP with us, EBU with us, and the European Union, the Eurochamber is here, SMART is here. They very much stand on our side. But if we don't behave, they also cannot do anything. For the time being, they can stand strong because the association is communicating with them all the time and try to work things out together. So that is what we should do. So we still have time, and I do not expect that we'll get worse, okay? Maybe straightforward, okay? We don't expect like jump up, but I don't expect like a very high jump up, but I don't expect that we'll go down. Oh, what the question is like, now they are getting 2 hours electricity. When they heard like they will get 2 hours, they're very happy because the generator will have a time to stop. Okay, I just talked with YSC before I came here. Okay, because of the rain, they are very much hopeful that in June the industrial zone will get 4 hours. And they expect more if the rain comes more. Because they explain that at the moment they try to give more priority for the public. So I think you may all know that the housing, the residential areas of housings, we are getting more stable electricity better than before. Okay? But it doesn't mean that they don't care about the industrial zone. So we can expect like 4 hours in the very near, within this month. That's what I understand. But when I heard like from Puteng, like Myanmar, they don't have electricity, no? Sometimes zero. Because I told him he chose the wrong zone. Because that industrial zone, they have a lot of heavy, the iron rods and all these heavy industry. And whenever the EPC plants can cut out the electricity, because they consume a lot of, electricity, very high one. So they cut that industry first. So his family happened to be in that zone. So I said, he chose the wrong zone. It's about the labor shortage. And this factory is saying like they have orders, but they have less workers. And they want to know what's the plan of MGMA. When I study, because in MGMA, every month we make a data, how many factories we have, how many workers they employed, and how many Chinese, Korean government factories. We have all these look back at the data a month back. According to MGMA data, the workers' shortage in the garment industry is, in average, less than 2 digits. It's 5 or so. So when people talk about we are losing, maybe I don't know, but then in percentage that is not much. And when I checked with the government also, I found the same one. And then when I checked with each and every association, just average, how much you employ, it's the same. At the moment, we have like 450,000 workers at the moment. And this data, when I check with each and every association, is very similar. Okay? So that is one thing. We are not, maybe we have more turnover, okay? The skills turnover, but the workers' shortage is not that big in the industry. But what the MGM is doing is we have a training center. Okay, we work with Ministry of Labor to give a certificate to the workers, and we are encouraging our member factories to train more workers in your factory. To be frank, if you ask me, until now, my factory have never recruited the workers trained by other factories until now. I started from 1994. I always, every month, recruit new workers, roll one, and train myself. And if they go, I have to let them go, because it's a right to choose, right? But what I'm seeing here is many factories, because they get like more orders, and they want to finish in time, so they don't want to take time on training the workers, and they want to take the skilled workers from other factories. I think this is not fair to the employers to employers, factories to factories. So if you ask MGMA for the solution, we can train in the training center, we are training in our factories, and we want to encourage you to train the newcomers in your factory. That's my answer at the moment.
EU ရဲ့ဖိအားပေးမှုတွေကြောင့်အာရများထုတ်ပေါ်တဲ့ผู้ပေါ် MGMA အနေနဲ့ဘယ်လိုများကာဝယ်ဆောက်ရှောက်ပေးနိုင်လဲဆိုတော့သိချင်ပါတယ်
EU ကဖိအားမပေးပါဘူး No. EU does not put any pressure on MGMA. EU is helping us. Okay, they do not put pressure. But when they reinstate the GSP and EBA, they have several criteria that we have to follow. EU pressure. ဒါလေးကိုရှင်းအောင်ကျွန်တော်ပြောပြချင်တယ်။ကျမတို့ပေါက်ကိုမှန်ကန်နေရင်နော်ကျမတို့ကိုလိုက်နာတဲ့ချက်တွေလိုက်နာနေရင်ကျမတို့အလုပ်ကဥပဒေလိုက်နာမယ် compliance ကျမတို့လိုက်ပါနာမယ်ကျမတို့ VLC တွေကျမတို့လုပ်နေဒါတွေကိုလိုက်နာမယ်ဆိုရင်ကျမတို့ပြဿနာမရှိဘူးလို့ကျမယုံကြည်ပါတယ်။ဒါကြောင့်မို့ကျမတို့ကလိုခဲ့တဲ့ I think 2 years back we've been encouraging our members to come up to VLCA website and work with us. But still, 40 factories or more do not. So some factories, I think the association has taken action, right? So about 40-something factories, 2 years we've been keep telling they do not cooperate. So we called them one last meeting. About 20 of them come, 20 don't come, so we have already suspended from our membership. We told them 2 years ago. So that's what, because we have to abide with the legislation, the the EU requirement, the EBA requirement, so we have to do that. Please understand. So, okay, I was asked whether MGMA can leverage the daily wages among the factories. I said cannot. What we can do is only minimum wages by law. So 4,800. Every factory must pay minimum 4,800. And they must pay double, twice for the overtime. And then if they work on holiday, they must pay according to the law. That's what we can do. But individual you want to pay attendance bonus, 100,000, it's up to your income. Attendance bonus, 10,000, up to your income. Okay? So other extra additional payment that you want to pay the workers it depends on the affordability of the workplace. But it is not that. You have to check with other factories also how the others are paid in average. That is what my answer is. We cannot make you pay the same. You cannot do that. And another one, the question is the diesel prices are not same. Yes, it cannot be same. Because our income, the export income, we have to sell 35% with 2,400 something and 65 with 3,400 something. This 2,100 something goes to the diesel importer who sells in the station for the public transport. Okay? So they can sell with a cheaper price. Those who distribute to the industrial zones, they have to buy with another 65% one. Maybe they'll pay more, it's up to them, okay? So their price will be higher. So we cannot make the price same. So it's a choice. If you want to buy from the station, you have to withdraw from the industrial zone that you don't buy with that price. But it's once it happened that the station price go up, you cannot get from the industrial zone because if you withdraw, that's your choice. Okay? It cannot be same. I think you got the answer, right?
The last question is, how can get more operators?
I think you are more skillful than me, right? You know how to recruit the operators, right? You train. Don't scout from other factories because they are like the same. Okay, please have empathy on other factories. We have to be the same, right? With the problem, delivery problem, quality problem, right? If you recruit the operator from this factory has a problem. And you are happy, but they are sad. Please don't want to create that kind of scenario, okay? You want to get more operators, please train yourself. Okay? That's my answer. So all the questions have been answered, and I think you are satisfied with the